Hello, everyone. Welcome. Day one of the Quantum Sales Growth Challenge. We are so excited to have you. Hold on, let me let everyone in here. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to see your beautiful faces. If you can be on camera, I want to see you. Let me just there we go. Oh my gosh, who do we have live here? This is beautiful. Debbie, Torold, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you're able to make it. It's so good to see you. Carrie Ann, Jill, Lorette, Shauna, Myrna, Yulia, Cindy. I was thinking about you this morning, sister. Oh, this is so fun. Okay, Shauna, I have made you co-host. If you are able to help me manage the waiting room so that I don't miss anyone, that would be fabulous. Let me just make sure you're good to go. It is day one of the Quantum Sales Growth Challenge. This is going to be amazing. I know many of you already, and there's also a lot of beautiful new faces in here. So I would love to hear from you in the chat who you are, where you're coming in from, and what does quantum sales growth look like to you right now? When you think about quantum sales growth, when you think about, the theme of this is turning your annual income into your monthly income. And so maybe that's the specific goal for you. Maybe it's, you know what, I want to experience a feeling of abundance in my business like never before. I want to experience a feeling of freedom like never before. Whatever that is for you, I would love to hear what quantum sales growth would look like for you right now in this moment and to share that in the chat, please. Because with all of my events, I always have a theme, a plan, what I want to talk about, but I also really want to connect it to you, for those of you who are here live, with what it is that you're currently calling in, what it is that you're currently looking for, so we can weave that in as well. And so I'll give you a minute to type in the chat, but please do, at the very least, share who you are and where you're coming in from to start. And then we want to hear what it is that quantum sales growth would look like for you right now. So these next 3 days, I will say, can absolutely collapse timelines for you. And I think that's so important that when you're here, you are playing all in. You are present. You've got windows closed down, so you're not distracted. You're here, you're focused. This time is for you. I'm going to be taking you on a journey over the next 3 days. Well, myself, and then tomorrow and Thursday, myself and Brandon Hanley, my colleague, who has helped create something really cool and new in our community. He's going to be joining for the final 2 days. We're going to be taking you through a journey that is all about what would it be like for you to turn your annual income into your monthly income? What would it be like for you to experience quantum sales growth at a level that you've never experienced before? What would it be like for you to have a feeling of abundance, peace, joy, ease, love, flow within your business or your sales? And to actually connect that into tangible, real world results. And I'll share over the course of the next 3 days about not only how I personally turned my annual income into my monthly income, but how other community members have done it as well. I got a text from one of my clients last week. She's had a $90,000 week. That wasn't normal for her. She had not done that previously, but she's taken these principles. Well, it is normal for her now, which is exciting, but she's taken the principles that we're going to be talking about over the next 3 days and embodied them. And I want to teach you how to do that as well here. So let me just pause and see. All right, y'all are typing in the chat who you are, where you're coming in from. What does quantum sales growth look like for you? Katie. Oh, Katie, you're in Charleston. I'm from North Carolina, so I'm not too far from you. Unheard of ramp in a new role. I love that. And what I love too is that you're making your own rules there as well, that you're looking to do something that maybe other people haven't done. And that's something that sometimes I'm asked to define, like, what does superhuman selling actually mean? To me, superhuman selling is what happens when we do the uncommon in our sales, in our business, in our lives. I'm very influenced by thought leaders who work at the intersection of science and spirituality. So someone like a Joe Dispenza or a Greg Braden or a Bruce Lipton. And what I love about what we do here in the community is we take those principles and we apply them to sales and business. That's how, and I'll share a little bit of my personal story today too, but that's how I went from stuck and struggling at the same income level for over 10 years to actually turning my annual income into my monthly income in 6 weeks. It was through these principles, and it wasn't about grinding. It wasn't about hustling. It certainly wasn't about more of the same. It was about really applying what we're going to learn over the next 3 days and giving myself permission to do the uncommon, which I think for all of us in this community who are here today and who are in our greater She Sells and Superhuman Selling community, one of the biggest messages I want to impart on people is you get to make your own rules about how time works for you, how money works for you. You know, I run my business now as a mom of 3 kids, 5 and under. We've got a multi-million-dollar business. I run it in part-time hours. And it's taken using the principles that we teach to be able to do that. And so you do not have to hustle, to grind, to burn out, to get to the top of what success looks like for you. And we're going to talk about that a lot over the course of the next few days. Let me see here. What else are we sharing in the chat? Carrie Ann, coming in from Montreal, Canada, sales rep in financial sector. I love it. We got Laurette here, who's one of our consultants, strong financial services background. I've done a ton in financial services world in terms of coaching and training. Quantum sales for me is becoming more efficient and finding my flow. I love that. I've been playing a lot with the feeling of flow in all areas of life. Torald from London, we love you. Torald is one of our 10K alums. So excited about this autumn, new clients and opportunities. I want to be in flow and feel safe around receiving money. Beautiful. Do you all feel the new energy too? By the way, I've had this feeling, this knowing it's like there's something big coming for all of us. Like end of August, beginning of September, I feel this really new energy. I don't know if you all feel it too, but it's really, really powerful. Laurette coming in from Utah. Yes. Myrna from Texas. Amazing. Jill, quantum sales is collapsing time and attracting my ideal clients by following the flow. Isn't that fun? Flow is kind of the theme for this. This is beautiful. Michelle, one of our new consultants, yes. Vancouver Island, Canada, finally leaving my corporate role, launching my business, replacing my income. Yes. Well, Laura, who's my integrator, shared on the podcast a couple weeks ago how she tripled her corporate income in 1 month of leaving corporate. So it's 100% doable. This is amazing. All right, beautiful, y'all. Cindy, oh my gosh, I love you. Cindy, I'm going to connect with you and Laura separately on something really fun, by the way. So side note, be on the lookout for a text because there's something fun we got for you that we want to share. You've been quantum leaping since we connected in March of 24. I love it. At Guide Professionals and Caregivers. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful. This is so fun. Oh my gosh, y'all. All right. Allison, also one of our new consultants. Beautiful. So keep sharing in the chat. What I want to say, because we have a lot of people registered and watching for the next couple days too, is make sure that you are actually registered for this challenge at 3daychallenge.elisearcher.com. So we've got bonuses going out for you every single day, but you've got to be registered through the link. So I'm going to put that link in the chat. It's 3daychallenge.elisearcher.com. If you are not formally registered, get yourself registered. And you are going to get, today we're sending out a bonus journal that goes with all of this. We're going to be doing some really cool AI bonuses tomorrow. And then on Thursday, we are going to actually be doing a live coaching bonus as well. But you've got to be registered and you've got to be present to win. You got to be there all 3 days and present to win. So mark your calendar. Come join us. We're going to be doing, again, that drawing on Thursday where you've got to be present to win the live coaching as well. I just want to celebrate all of you for being here. I want to celebrate you. I want to celebrate your vision, your goals. I love the energy of flow that's present in this group too. And this is something that I used to not understand. And I'll share my background and my backstory here for those of you who may be newer to the community. I used to really think that to be successful at sales, and I was always someone who was I would say I was successful at sales, like by most people's standards. I went to school for journalism, found out I wasn't going to make any money doing journalism. I was like, all right, I'm going to go into sales. Went into corporate sales, rose kind of the top of the corporate ladder in my mid to late 20s doing that. But it was such an energy of grind and hustle all the time. And I thought that's what I had to do to be successful. So even like Katie, in your new role that you're taking on, this level of unprecedented success, you don't have to grind and hustle to get there. All right. I want to really, really affirm you in that. And that's the case for everyone. And when I thought that was what you had to do to be successful, I found myself in my late 20s having kind of outwardly like created what I thought I was supposed to do to be successful. The six-figure corporate job, like nice house, nice car, but inwardly struggling so much, anxiety, panic attacks. I was in a really unhealthy marriage, had an eating disorder, and I was in constant fear and anxiety specifically about sales and money. I don't know how many of you have ever been there where, like, no matter what you sell, there's fear, right? Am I gonna, like, is the money gonna come back next month? Am I still gonna be successful? Are clients gonna buy from me? How many of you have had that experience? Because that was my day in, day out. I would wake up with anxiety around money. I'd go to bed with anxiety about it. I would, constantly doubt myself. I felt like if I wasn't working 24/7, I was doing something wrong. I felt guilt and shame about that too. Let me know in the chat, type a yes in the chat or just nod your head if you're on camera, if you can relate to that, if you've been there. And it felt like success felt hard. I don't know how many of you can relate to that, but it felt hard. And there's a lot of teaching in our world that to be successful, it has to be hard, right? We've been taught that. And so I had a beautiful wake up call and epiphany that happened over the course of a number of different things, but had some good friends and colleagues pass away um, kind of early in life. And I also started I started working with incredible coaches and mentors, many of whom brought almost a more spiritual and feminine energy approach to sales, where I started questioning everything I'd ever been taught about how we've been told we need to be successful in sales. I started questioning the energy of grind and lack and not enoughness. I started studying spirituality. I started studying, and by that, I don't mean a particular religion necessarily. We've got a beautiful, diverse community, but I started learning principles around spirituality and creating a new definition of what that meant for me. I started studying the energy of money and abundance and wealth. I started studying the neuroscience of sales success, realizing that 95 to 98% of our results come not from the actions that we're taking every day, but from our belief systems about who we are, about how much money we earn, about how clients show up for us or don't show up for us, about how money shows up for us or doesn't show up for us. And by the way, tomorrow, day two, we're going to be doing a lot of work around the energy of money, wealth energetics. So you'll want to be there and be present for that one because we're going to debunk a lot of limiting money beliefs. I'm going to teach you how to debunk those as well. And I'm going to teach you how to align with the frequency of the amount of money that you want to call in, whatever that quantum sales growth would be for you. If you want to turn your annual income into your monthly income, we're going to teach you how to do it. If you want to get into an energy of major flow with money, we're going to teach you how to do it. So tomorrow's a lot of money energy. Today we're doing a lot around the belief systems and the identity of who you get to be in order to have quantum sales growth. So we'll talk today about why your results will never supersede your identity. But it was in the process of learning what I learned and going through my own personal transformation that I realized part of why I was stuck, and I've been stuck for 10 years, grinding, working, pushing, hustling, but never able to break past. For me, it was the low six-figure income mark. And it was like, no matter how hard I worked, I always made the same amount of money. I was always in fear about money, always in anxiety about money, always in self-doubt, all of it, even though no one would have known by looking at me on the outside because I put up a good front with it. But going down this journey of saying, gosh, I'm doing all the right things technically and tactically. Is that a word? Tactically, yes. But the needle's not budging or moving in terms of money. And I'm still feeling anxiety and fear. What's up? What's wrong? With what I learned with what I learned that I'm going to teach you over the course of the next 3 days, I went from being stuck at the same level for over a decade to 10xing and turning my annual income into my monthly income in 6 weeks. And what I'm here to say is that I don't care who you are. I don't care how successful or unsuccessful you might feel in what you're doing right now. I don't care how you may say, well, that's not possible for me, or I can't imagine turning my annual income into my monthly income, but I'd love to. It is possible. It is 100% possible for you. It does not require, for most of you, even working more. It requires a new self-concept. It requires a new identity. It requires a new relationship with money, with sales, with yourself, with the God of your understanding, your spiritual walk. Like it requires all of that. That's what it requires. It's not more doing. It's not more hustle. It's not more grind. So I want to teach you all the model that when I look back at what happened, how did I go from being stuck for so long to having such a quantum leap experience? This model came through that we now call the 4 quadrants of quantum sales growth. And some of you in here are certified consultants. So raise your hand if you're a certified consultant because you've been trained in how to teach this model. Laurette, you better be raising your hand. Corey, you better be raising your hand. And then raise your hand if you're going to get certified, because I see some of you here who are upcoming certified consultants. I love it, which is so fun too. So we've been teaching and training our consultants how to teach this model, which is really, really fun, because this model it's changed my life. And it's changed a lot of lives in our community as well too, when we learn this and when we learn a different way of selling and a different approach. And so I'm going to teach you and share with you this model today. And we're going to talk about how to know like how to connect with the identity of you who actually makes the money that you want to make and has the results that you want to have. So I'm going to do a screen share here. And if someone on my team can just give me a thumbs up that you can see this when I share it. One moment here. All right. Can you all see that okay? Are we good? Am I getting enough? Okay, amazing, amazing. And then my team can just help manage the waiting room. That would be lovely. So we can be sure to let people in. All right. So hold on 1 second, y'all. There we go. There we go. Oh, it kicked it out. All right. Sometimes I do slides, sometimes I don't. I was feeling a slide vibe for today. So we're going to do this. Okay. So 4 quadrants of quantum sales growth. We're going to be going through these over the course of the next 3 days. And then we're going to really hone in today on the concept of your identity and why it matters towards your results and why your results will never supersede your identity. So how do you turn your annual income into your monthly income with working less? Here it is. Quadrant 1. We call this mind over matter. Now, when I say mind over matter, what do you typically think? What we've been taught is something like push through, right? Work harder, grind. It doesn't matter how you feel. That's not what I mean at all. What I mean here is how your mind, your belief systems will literally transform and influence the 3D physical matter in your world. That is mind over matter. So this is where we talk about the neuroscience of sales success, the neuroscience of abundance and business success. And I'm going to take you all through some exercises today to help you do that on a deeper level. The second quadrant is money. Who here can say unapologetically that you love and appreciate money? Type in the chat. If you, I see Debbie raising her hand. I love it, Debbie. Let's see. Type in the chat. You love money. People feel weird about that one, don't they? It's so funny, Jill. Yes, beautiful. I used to not be able to say that. I used to feel so uncomfortable with that because we're taught a lot of stuff that it's like, it's not okay. Money is energy. I love and appreciate money just like I love and appreciate my body. I love and appreciate my family. I love and appreciate God, all of it. It is fuel. It is energy. That's all it is. All right. But your level of income will never exceed your level of self-worth. And so tomorrow we're going to talk a lot about money, about the energy of money, about how to build a different relationship with money, one where it supports you in accomplishing your goals and you feel like it's one of the best relationships that you have. And so wherever you stand with that right now, if you feel like you and money have a very distant relationship or money has not been there to support you, if it doesn't feel that way, there's something in your belief systems. There's something in your nervous system. A lot of times we're tying it in with patterning around our parents or our primary caregivers growing up, and we don't even realize that this is all subconscious. But money is meant to flow for you abundantly to support what it is that you desire. And when we get in right relationship with money, and we learn as well how to tune in to the frequency and the energy of the amount of money that you desire to have flowing in your life, there's the word again, flowing, your sales results will transform. They will change. You will experience quantum sales growth because you can be doing 100 discovery calls with new prospects a week. But if your financial thermostat is set at 5K a month, nothing wrong with that. I started there, right? But if your financial thermostat is set there, 5K a month, 10K a month, whatever it is, and you really want to be making 100 a month, a million a month, like you're not going to make it because your subconscious programs tell you this is what I make. Your financial thermostat is set at this level. So we want to learn how to bump it up. That's something I was thinking about for all of you before this call. I was just thinking about this community. I was thinking about each of you, and some of you I know better than others, but I was thinking about how heart led each of you are. And I was thinking about my goal and my intention for each of you today. And it was to open you up to experience a flow of more energy, i.e., more money, but money is just energy, more energy to support you in your expansion, to support you in living your most abundant life. That's all it is. That's all money is. It's not the vision itself, it's the how of the vision. And when we build a beautiful relationship with money and we look at money as energy, it empowers you to have that flow coming in, to also feel comfortable flowing out, because that is part of circulation. It's a both and, it's not a one or the other. Hoarding is scarcity energy, sitting on it, clenching it, scarcity energy. We want to get into an energy of abundance and flow with our money. Angela, I love the idea of a financial thermostat and bumping it up. That's really what it is. I mean, each of you, and we'll talk about it. I'm sure we'll talk about it more tomorrow, but we all have set points for different things in our life, from our weight and our body to our money to relationships, how we expect them to work for us. So it's all about bumping up that set point so that, let's say that you want to make 100K months, but you're at 10K months right now, just for an example. Well, your thermostat, if your thermostat's currently set at 10K months, if you have a 20K month or a 50K month, the next month, it'll probably go back down because you haven't set your thermostat to that new level. All right. But that's why we want to do the inner work first and layer the action on top of that. And that's part of this 4 quadrants model. Because if you're focusing intentionally on bumping up your thermostat where 100K months feel natural, normal, easy, automatic, you couldn't imagine not having one. And if you had a month that was lower for some reason, the next month, your brain, your subconscious is actually working on, all right, how do I get in whatever, 120, 150? I'm going to make up the difference from last month, right? So it's all about knowing what your set point is and having intentional ways to bump it up, which we're going to talk about today as well. So it's really, really beautiful. Quadrant 3. This is really fun. Who in here thinks or has been taught that making a lot of money, or even the thought of turning your annual income into your monthly income, feels like it would have to be a lot of hard work? Just honest show. You can raise your hand, you can nod yes, you can type yes in the chat. I thought that too, y'all, for so long. I thought it's got to be hard work. If it's not hard work, I'm not worthy, I'm not deserving. How many of us have felt that? I haven't worked hard enough for it, right? Michelle saying yes over and over. Yeah. So, is there action involved towards your goals? 100%. And the action is really, really fun when you're aligned with where you're going. It feels light, it feels fun, it feels exciting. It may feel stretchy to your current self concept. So, there is action involved. And I love the analogy that Abraham Hicks uses when they talk about the way most people take action throughout their day would be the equivalent of if you said, I'm going to go vacuum the living room. You grab your vacuum cleaner, you run it all over your living room floor, but you never plug it in. All right. That is how most people take action towards their goals. So action is masculine energy. All right. Masculine energy is action. It's goal oriented. It's structure. It's systems. It's beautiful. I love masculine energy. And you will never quantum leap from pure masculine energy. It's way too logical. It's way too linear. It's way too, if I'm going to take this step, this step, this step, and I'm going to get this result. All right. That's how a lot of us have been taught to achieve our goals. When I learned how to infuse feminine energy, and what I mean by feminine energy is flow. A lot of you in here today looking for flow. When I learned how to infuse that flow, when I learned how to infuse fun, enjoyment, like right before this call, it's beautiful out here today, up in Maine where I am. Right before this call, the old version of Elise, before I knew feminine energy, I would have been like grinding and doing, like, can I cram in a few more emails or text returns right before this call? I went outside and I walked in the sunshine, y'all. So I was like, I know that it is state first, action second. All right. Feminine energy is I'm going to tune into the feeling state of what I want. Feminine energy is how someone could go, which is what I did from 10K months to 100K months in 6 weeks. There's a lightness to it. There's an excitement to it. There's an expansion to it. There's a fun to it as well. Feminine energy is the quantum leap. And so I had a lot of judgments on it when I first learned it. And what I decided to do was humble myself because I had so many mentors teaching me who were really successful, primarily women, some men too, but primarily women who were making multiples of my income saying, Elise, you got to drop the hustle. You got to drop the grind. You got to work on your self concept. You got to work on your ability to receive. Someone in here said receiving, which I think it was Jill or Cindy, one of you. That's really good. That's really important. Feminine energy is about how much are you willing to receive? How much support are you willing to receive? How much energy are you willing to receive? How worthy do you feel of it as well? So we want to learn to blend those. And I love this too, because I work with a lot of men privately in our community. And we have so many enlightened men in our space, in our community, who are like, I know I need to learn feminine energy. Haven't been taught it, feels foreign, but I know I need to learn it because I want a quantum leap. And I love that. And I think that's incredible. And I think that's really, really wise. And so for all of us to learn how to infuse it and live with both is transformational. It is transformational. The client who I mentioned at the beginning of this call, who had a $90,000 week last week, she was texting me and she was like, money's just coming in. It's coming in. It's coming in. Some unexpected, some expected. But she was in an energy of so much fun and so much play with all of it. That's how we receive from the feminine. All right. And then the fourth quadrant is method. This is strategy. Now, I love sales and business strategy. I've taught it for about 2 decades. I have worked with literally some of the top entrepreneurs and leaders in the world, some of the top sales leaders in the world, number one earners for some of the biggest companies in the world. I've worked with them on their strategy in B2B, B2C, every industry, you name it. I've coached it, I've trained it, I've taught it. I worked with top 10 podcasters, billionaires, New York Times bestselling authors on their strategy. I know, and I love strategy. And there's a big and. According to neuroscience, 95 to 98% of your results come from the first three. All right. This is where people get hung up. This is where they get caught is they're like, okay, if I want to 10x my income, I just need a better funnel. I just need a better script. Well, why is it that two people working in the same company with the exact same process and script, one of them is a top performer earning 500 grand a year, a million a year, depending on what company you're working for. Someone else is earning 50 grand a year. Why? They've got the exact same strategy. It's not the strategy, it's the first three. So we call these first three the big three. And this is what our entire program and curriculum is based on. And I'll share with you throughout the course of this week. There's something new, very new and exciting that we're rolling out to teach you these on a deeper level. It includes the method for sure. It includes the method, but the way that I think about it is these first three here, this is like if you wanted to build a skyscraper, who in here, when you think about your goals, you're like, I feel like I'm building a skyscraper. Like I want to build something big. I want to build something lasting. I want to build something that is legacy, that transforms not just my life, but maybe my children's lives, my future grandchildren's life, or my current grandchildren's lives as well. It's legacy. You want to build a skyscraper, you cannot do it from a flimsy foundation. You have to have a deep foundation. Corey is saying yes, impact. And Corey is, I love, love, love you. Corey is one of our consultants. She's taken this work and turned it into launching her own nonprofit over the course of the past 8 months. This work is transformational. And Corey, I think you're an example. of the power of that as well. And so we have to have that really strong foundation to be able to build that skyscraper. And that's what those first three are as well. And so this is just a model. It's something that we teach inside the community, inside our new membership that we're rolling out, where do I love teaching tactical sales strategy? Yes. And I'm good at it and I enjoy it. And we got to do it on those foundation of the big three in order for you to really move the needle and have that transformational jump in results as well. So are you all with me? We've tracked it, we're following. Okay, I love it. I love the engagement of this group too. So that's the model. That's the four quadrants. Now, what I want to help you connect with before I teach anything else, I'm going to teach you one very specific piece, like the very first thing that we do with our clients in our programs that helps you transform your identity to be the version of you who accomplishes your goals. So I'm going to teach you that next. But before I do, I want to invite you to connect with the energy of a lot more money flowing in your life. Does that sound good? I was thinking about what do I want to teach today. I was like, I feel like no one would be mad at this. I feel like everyone would enjoy this. So this is what we're going to do. So we're going to connect with the energy of turning your annual income into your monthly income. All right. Turning your annual income into your monthly income. And just type one in the chat if that's your current goal. And if it's not, that's totally okay. Maybe you haven't even given yourself permission to think about that yet, but I want to invite you to think about that no matter where you are right now, too. Some of you are earning millions a year. What would it be like to still turn your annual income into your monthly income? All right. What would that be like? Or maybe you hear me talking about it, or you hear the stories of others, and you're like, well, that's great. But there's a voice in your head that says, well, that's not possible, or they can do it, but I can't. I had that voice. How many of you have had that voice? We're like, well, sounds great for them. But yep, thank you, Cindy, for the honesty. Here's the thing. When I had, and that's resistance, that's all it is. It's resistance, it's limiting beliefs, it's your ego trying to keep you, quote unquote, safe where you are right now. As soon as I humbled myself, and this was actually what it took humbling myself to say, all right, maybe, what if my ego is just trying to make me special and make me different than everyone else? I hear other people talking about doing this. Why does my brain tell me that I can't? Why does my brain tell me that I'm different? Right? I think we're all special and unique and different. And there's universal principles that when you work them, they work for you. It applies to everyone. All right. We'll talk more about universal law and principles related to money as we go here. Let me see what we're saying in the chat. Yes. Okay, this is beautiful. So lots of people with that goal. Corey, you're saying you had that voice when you first started in this community 18 months ago, and you've done a lot of powerful work around releasing it and see what's happened for you too. So that voice is ego. That voice is trying to keep you where you are. So it actually takes humility to say, oh my gosh, maybe I'm not that different from everyone else. That if she can do it, I guess I could do it too, right? If he can do it, maybe I can too. So what I would invite you to do, and this is what really successful people do, they use others as evidence that they can do it too, rather than an excuse, right? That's what I did for a lot of years. I would make excuses. Oh, she can speak on that stage. He can do that. He can make millions a year, but I can't because what? I'm not there yet. I've got a 4-month-old. That was one of my thoughts at the time. Um, I'm not as qualified. No one's told me that I'm as good. You got to drop it. You got to drop it and you got to claim it. That's what it is. One of the things you'll hear me say again and again and again in this community is your desires are green lights. Your desires are green lights. And so if something is a heartfelt desire of yours, if you have a desire, like I had a desire to launch a magazine, and I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I want to launch a magazine. Well, as I said here, Angela Smith, who's here on this call, she is our new editor of our magazine, and we are launching it. And it's coming out in a couple of months, and we will share it with all of you because it's going to be amazing, and some of you are going to be featured in it. I have no idea where I was. Oh, your desires are green lights. I got excited about the magazine. Your desires are green lights. That desire for increase. The way that I think about that is spiritual. That is the desire of whatever your language is, God, source, universe flowing through you, wanting to expand, wanting to express more fully as Cindy Dumond in this lifetime, as Carrie Ann Grant, right? As Myrna Gonzalez. That is the energy of the divine flowing through you, wanting to express more fully so that you can live out your fullest expression in this lifetime. That's what it is. So when we learn to shift our relationship with money and make it one of love and appreciation, of spirituality, of thankfulness, of seeing it as a resource from, again, God's source, universe, whatever your language is, things will shift for you in really, really big ways. So I want to connect you with the energy of turning your annual income into your monthly income. Again, wherever you are right now, it is 100% possible for you, right? So I'm just going to invite you to close your eyes, and team, again, if y'all can watch, the waiting room for me. So I just really want to connect with this and kind of channel the message for everyone today. Just closing your eyes. And I want to invite you to feel flow right now in this moment. Feeling the flow of the air circulating through your lungs, in and out. Taking a deep breath in through your nose and releasing. Another deep breath in through your nose and release. And feeling the ease of that flow right now. Feeling how you don't have to work hard to earn that breath. Feeling how easily it comes in and out. Feeling how supported you are by one of the most important resources on this planet, oxygen, flowing in and flowing out. You didn't have to work for it. You didn't have to beg for it. You just had to receive it. That was it. And it's that same energy that when you start to play with that in the energy of money, in the energy of sales, in the energy of abundance in your business, it starts to really shift things for you. And that is the energy of quantum leaping your income. All right. So I want you to just hold in your mind's eye right now, whatever the amount of money is that you have been making over the past 12 months, whatever your normal annual income has been, just having that number in mind. No judgment on it. It's just a number, neither big nor small. It's just a number. But I'm going to invite you right now to play with that amount flows in every single month now consistently for you on repeat, on autopilot, flowing into your bank account. I want to invite you to see that number, that amount, that energy pouring into your bank account. A blessing from God, source, universe, the divine, your higher self. And just feel that energy flowing in. I want you to feel the expansion in your body as it flows. I want you to feel the appreciation of it. I want you to feel the naturalness of it as well. I want you to just notice now that this amount is flowing in every single month on autopilot, what is life like for you? Who are you now that you're making this, that you're claiming this, that you're receiving this every single month? What are you doing for yourself? What are you doing for others? What is your relationship with money? What is your relationship with your business or your sales? There's no resistance to it. There's no judgment on it. There's no lack of appreciation. You are in massive gratitude, appreciation. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. More, please. This is beautiful. I appreciate this. I love this. I receive this. Thank you. You're in that energy with it. And the lives of everyone around you is being blessed because you are a multiplier. And the good that flows out through your life gets to flow out and bless the lives of others as well. You are a conduit. You are a safe and easy channel for money to flow through. Clients come naturally to you. Sales come naturally to you. It's just normal and natural. It's who you are. There's a magnetic energy and essence to you. that people feel and connect with, and it sells without you even having to speak a word. It's just your presence, it's just your energy. Feel the naturalness of this, feel the normalcy of this, feel how easy this is for you, feel how it's easier than it ever was before as well. You are worthy, you deserve this, you allow this, you flow this, and you uplift everyone around you by allowing more into your life. Taking one more deep breath in and releasing. Whenever you're ready, I want to invite you to take just a minute and start to reflect on what showed up for you with that. I'm going to play some music. We played this yesterday on our consultant call. So we're going to play this music and just whatever showed up for you about you now that your annual income has become your monthly income.
This version of you simply becomes real. And you're right here with this version of you. To see things as they really are. This version of you looking at you. You looking back. This version of you welcoming you. This version of you saying yes. I'd like you to imagine this version of you
There we go. All right. It hopes to be unmuted. I love that. I love that song. Please feel free to share in the chat whatever showed up for you with that. I would love to be in the energy of that. I know that there's more that's flowing through for you around that too. But I want to teach you a model to help you actually live that out. Whatever showed up for you. And something that I know to be so true is you wouldn't see it if you couldn't do it. So quadrant 1, mind over matter, right? The first quadrant of quantum sales growth. You would not see that in your mind if you could not live that out in your world, in your 3D. All right. So it's not about forcing or trying to make it happen. It's about aligning with it. That's what it is. It's about aligning with it. Let me see what, let's see here. Carry on. Making money is easy. I just need to learn to receive it. Beautiful. And carry on. So that is, that's money and wealth energetics. And that's also feminine energy. So you've got great self-awareness there. And we'll talk about that more over the course of the next 2 days. So I'm really, really glad that you're here. And that's kind of what we love helping people with too. It's one of my favorite things. Debbie, love the natural visions. Yeah, how natural and normal it felt for you, right? As that came in. Cindy, my mind went to being able to give back to and serve the Ronald McDonald House. Wow, and make a wish. They're both on my vision board. Isn't that beautiful? That's why I want all of you to have more energy, more flow, because when it flows through you, it impacts and serves people in a really big way. And you get to also live an abundant life. You get to have, like, y'all, I'm having so much fun like building out my closet right now and filling my closet. I love it. I give a lot of money away and I'm having fun with this. Like, I love lifestyle. I love beauty. It's just who I am. And I've learned to embrace all of it and that it's all okay. Um, Torald, let's see here. I'm noticing that the training of my stomach when I think about money has gone. Ooh, that's a big one. That's a really big one. I no longer feel shame or guilt around money. It feels natural that I should get this amount. I have asked for support in my business. That is so beautiful. So people will say, all right, how do I know more money's on the way? It's how you feel. It's how you know it. It feels natural before it has landed in your bank account. It feels natural and you feel better about it. That's what it is. That's it. That's so good. That's so good. So we talked about this before. Here's the key. Whatever showed up for you in that vision, your results will never supersede your identity. So it's not about, let me just jump immediately into doing all the things that person would do. Although, again, there is action involved. But I want you to take a step back and say, well, who is the version of me who has these results? And we're going to talk about what your identity is a little bit today and how to start to reprogram it for what you want as well. And by the way, as I say all of this, there's nothing wrong with the current version of you. I want to be really clear on that. Current version of you is wonderful. The current version of you is magnificent. The current version of you has overcome so much, is a light worker for many of you, is someone who is changing the world and has a beautiful heart and has superseded probably a lot of your initial goals in life. All right. What this is about is this is about removing the masks, removing the limiting beliefs that are keeping you in a box where your actual potential of how you could be living, how you could be experiencing life, who you could be, like the fullness of who you came here on this planet to be, is so much greater. And so this is about allowing yourself to expand. It's not about trying to be someone you're not. It's not about you not being good enough already. And in fact, if you try to change from that energy, you're in lack and separation energy. It's going to be a lot harder for you. This is why a lot of people have a hard time with like setting goals around the gym or money making. They didn't take the time to actually connect with the identity and the embodiment of who they are, where they're naturally healthy, where they're naturally making a lot of money, et cetera. So there's this concept that I teach called the identity gap. And what that means is that, let's say your goal, maybe your goal is $1 million months. Maybe it's 100K months, maybe it's 50K months. I don't care what it is, 20K months, but this is your goal. Your current self-concept, your identity, is what is driving all of your results. So if your goal is here, but your identity is here, there's a gap. All right. So the work becomes about, well, how do we start to close it and close that gap? Because my own experience was, for a long time, for many, many years, I wanted to be a 7-figure earner. That was my goal. But I was a 6-figure earner. Nothing wrong with that. It was great. I appreciated it. And I had a vision for a lot more. When I thought about making 7 figures, I felt lack. I felt separation. I felt unworthy. And I wasn't even conscious to that. But when I really did the work around this, I realized I felt unworthy of it. Right. When I realized that all the things I've been doing had been around doing action, and said, well, I'm stuck doing that. That approach hasn't gotten me anywhere. And instead shifted it to be about, well, what are my thoughts? What are my belief systems? What's the embodiment? Who am I? Who is Elise Archer as a 7-figure earner? Especially doing it in fewer hours as a mom. I started practicing being her. I started getting very conscious of my thoughts, very conscious of my feeling state, my energy, my language. That's when I collapsed space and time. I became 7-figure earning Elise in my mind and in my body before it happened in my 3D physical world. Does that make sense? But it doesn't have to take long. That's what's so powerful about this. So I'm going to give you the model that we use. And y'all, Who in here is a spreadsheet person? I know I've got some financial services here. Okay, if you're a spreadsheet person, you're going to love this. If you're not, you're going to be like, at least give me something else. You can journal about it. You can do a video. You don't have to do it in a spreadsheet. This is just kind of how my brain works around this, but you can do it a lot of different ways. This is where you're married to a spreadsheet person. I love that. And you're probably like, ugh, but you know what I'm about to do. New personality, old personality. Here we go, y'all. This is what it is. So, Dr. Joe Dispenza says your personality creates your personal reality. Your personality is composed of your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. Now, we'll talk about this more tomorrow, but most of those things were given to you. They were planted in you. They are not necessarily who you really are. This is really important. The doubts, the limiting beliefs, the feelings of unworthiness, the any part of your life where you have a goal and there's something that you want, but it feels like there's always friction there, or it feels like it's hard, or it feels like the hose isn't flowing the way you would like it to, like something doesn't feel natural or normal. There's a limiting belief that was implanted in you, usually the first 7 years of your life, but it can happen after. Some of these things are also generational. We pick up on these things in the womb now, the research shows. There's a limiting belief that was implanted in you. It is not actually you. It is not who you really are. So as you tune into the fullness of who you are, as you tune into that vision of you with your annual income into your monthly income, there is a version of you who does that. And that person, that version of you has certain thoughts, has certain feelings, and takes certain actions that you're not doing right now. And that's okay. But what we want to do is become aware. So this is where we're actually going to use our analytical mind, our logical mind, and we can also use AI for this now, which is really helpful. But we're going to tune into what we call new personality, old personality. You can do this on a spreadsheet. You can do it on a note on your phone. That's how I do mine. This is an example. This is just an example of something that we teach in our 10K curriculum. So what you want to do is make two columns, new personality, old personality, and then you're going to break it into chunks. You've got thoughts and beliefs at the top, feelings in the middle, behaviors and actions at the bottom. And then you're going to say, for the version of me at my goal with my annual income into my monthly income, what thoughts am I thinking? What feelings am I feeling? And what behaviors am I taking? And again, these are just examples here in this screenshot. And then with no judgment, just awareness, you're going to say, well, what am I currently thinking, feeling, or doing that I wouldn't be doing from the end? All right. And you're going to start to note that, and you're going to start to document that. You're going to start to write that down. Bridging the gap becomes about consciously every single day starting to embody the new personality version of you. And when you do this, when you are consciously aware of this, and it takes an effort. It does take energy and an effort, but when you do this, this is how you collapse space and time. Who here in here is in our community is already doing this, and you know the difference this work makes. It makes a big difference. But the key is in life, in business and sales, we don't get what we want, we get what we are. So if you want it, you have to be it. All right. But it can be done from a place, and the most powerful way to do it is from a place of massive self love, massive appreciation, a place of already being abundant wherever you are. And then we're going to grow from that energy as well. Okay. I want to take 2 minutes and talk about something special we're rolling out this month, and then I'll tell you about what the challenge assignment is for tonight and how to get entered again in that drawing for the live coaching and all the bonuses that we're sending out. And we'll talk a little bit about tomorrow. It's going to be really good. So for my team, Thomas, if you are available to type the link in the chat for the Superhuman Selling membership. This is something that is brand new. We're going to share more about it over the course of the next several days. By the way, if you are an existing client in 10K Club or above, you get this as part of your program. We are gifting this to you, so you do not need to purchase it separately. We are giving this to you. This is an incredible, incredible community membership program where you have access to, it's already like 100 plus modules of training, hours of training that are deep dives into the 4 quadrants of quantum sales growth. So if you like this, you're going to love that. It's AI supported, so it's going to give you prompts. It's going to give you action items, assignments, things that you can do to immerse yourself in this. There's an incredible community feel in there too. Who here is part of the community and is like, I love the community here. I never want to leave. These people are amazing. Yep. Our community is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. If you want to be in a group of heart-led sales professionals, entrepreneurs who are unapologetically going for way more in their life and in their business, this is where you want to be. It's a very, very special group. So you're going to be supported by a global community of others who are up leveling along with you. There's monthly calls. We're doing some really fun bonuses and freebies and giveaways tomorrow. On the call, we'll actually take you inside so you can see a little bit more of what's included. But y'all, normally our programs are at least 5 figures to invest in. This one for the year, it's 2000. Monthly, it's 197. Okay, it's like we want to make it a no-brainer. And we've got through the end of August, we've got 50% off both options. So we wanted to create, yeah, Corey. I always love Corey's face when we share things because her, I know, and Holly, you're gonna get it because you're in 10K, so you're gonna receive this. It's amazing. Corey's faces always give me life when I'm talking about what we've got going on, which I love. Let me grab the link for all of you to get signed up into this. To me, this is just like we made this a no-brainer. Again, we got 2 more days of this challenge this week, and we're going to be going way deeper, and you're going to learn so much more. But I just want to encourage all of you this membership that we have created for you is so beautiful, so powerful. And again, we just wanted to make it like a no-brainer, easy thing for you if you love this community and this material. So again, doing 50% off now through the end of August. It's phenomenal. It's life-changing. It'll transform you. Like that is what I will say there. So get in the community, get in the membership. Use the 50% off code. It works. It's on the landing page. It'll work on both the monthly or the paid in full for the year. Um, for tomorrow, we're going to be going into the energy of money. We're going to be talking about how to up-level your financial thermostat. We're going to be talking about how to open to receiving. There were multiple attendees here today who were like, I want to open up to receive more. We're going to be doing that tomorrow. If you have not formally registered for this challenge, be sure that you're registered. It's 3daychallenge.elisearcher.com. We would love to invite you to share it with your community as well. I think that this is really life-changing, transformational work, and we want to impact as many lives as we can with this. But for tonight, and we're going to send out, if you're registered, you're going to get a follow-up email. You're going to get the journal prompts that go with today, and you're also going to get the challenge for today. But what it is it's about actually doing the new personality, old personality exercise and tuning into who am I when my annual income is my monthly income. And then I want you to pick one thing to actually do differently now. Whether it's, you know what, I noticed that the version of me where my annual income is my monthly income, they give more freely. And so tonight, when I go out to dinner, I'm going to tip an extra $5, $10. I'm going to tip an extra 10%. I'm going to play with the energy of abundance as I do this. That's just an example. It could be anything. Maybe there's an action you've been sitting on taking that you know you would take from your end result. You're like, I'm going to do it today. I'm going to just get it done. Share what it is. Tag me on social. I'm at Elise Archer, and my colleague who's running this challenge with me this week, again, he'll be on tomorrow. He's at Brandon G. Hanley on social. Tag him too. Let us know what you did for your challenge. So again, tomorrow, same time, same place. I would encourage you to go ahead and get in the membership now, get in the community, come join us, come be part of what we're doing. It's amazing. Again, for those of you who are already our existing clients, we'll be giving you access to this very soon too. So you'll get in there, and we can't wait to have you. But we love you. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. I think that an hour goes really fast when you're when you're having fun. So hopefully you felt a lot of shifts during this. Get ready for tomorrow, money, wealth, energetics. I cannot wait to see you there. So much love to everyone. Have a beautiful afternoon. Bye, y'all.